Let's give it up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly what that means. That means today is Sunday. Recording live on the Facebook Global Detection Adventures group with people sitting in the chat room right now. I want to thank Jerry and Robert for coming in and everybody else who happens to be in there. I want to thank each and every single one of you listening to me live or on the Apple Podcasts. I wanted to say iTunes, but they don't call it that anymore. They call it Apple Podcasts for some reason. They had to change the name. I don't understand that one. But thank you for tuning in and listening to the podcast there. If you get it on Spreaker, thank you so much. Now, if you are a member of the Global Detection Adventures Facebook group, the recording will be live for about 15 minutes. Then it will go off. So in that way, you guys, if you want to see the rest of the show, you're gonna have to come in and download the podcast right from Apple Podcasts or from all the other sources. But other than that, today we got a good show. I'm hoping we have an actual exclusive, a scoop that nobody else has been covering. If I can get an answer on this, I'll let you guys know really, really quick. But for the meantime, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about two things. Number one, we're going to be talking about accessories that you guys can take out on the fields, in the hunts, out in the woods, wherever it is that you happen to be going. And we're going to be talking about with the holidays coming up, maybe your significant other is listening to the show, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to mention the items that you would love to get for Christmas. I'm hoping that maybe your significant other will listen and get the idea exactly what he or she should get you. So that's this, but I want to first go ahead and thank two people. Number one is our producer, Robert Hope, happens to be listening in. Thank you so much, Robert Hope. You rock. If anyone else wants to join the rank of the producer squad, feel free. Let me know. We take, basically, I'm paying for the podcast out of my pocket every year. Every April, I have to pay $200 for an entire year of service. That means that you can go back and check out any archive episodes at any time and download every single episode that we have available. But it costs me a lot of money to be able to do that. So I ask if anybody wants to help, any amount, they can PayPal me what they feel the show is worth or whatever, and I will use that to pay for the hosting each year. If you do that, then you instantly become a producer of the show. It's that simple. It is used for nothing else but the hosting of the show or accessories for the show itself. I'm not going to use this to go buy myself a Maserati or anything, so don't feel scared about that. I want to thank Brian Conroy for jumping in. Thank you, brother man. Hey, I haven't heard any of your music lately, so I'm hoping that you got something coming up real soon. All right, so I want to thank number two, our sponsor. That's Rutus, rutus.com.pl. Make sure you head over to their website. I have the Alter 71. I am loving this thing. I haven't been able to get out for about 3 months now. Sad as it is, I'm finishing this up. Hopefully the renovations will be done this week. My parents fly into Germany on Saturday, this coming Saturday, and I need to have everything done. You can't see it, but on all these shelves behind me, there's about this much dust from when I renovated the downstairs. Stupid me did not put plastic up anywhere to stop anything from flying around. So unfortunately, what happened is now I got dust everywhere. The entire house is completely dusty. So, yeah. But make sure you check out rutus.com.pl. They have a extremely versatile machine, one of the best machines that I've used in a long time. And I've used some really good machines. Sitting with me right now, I have an XP Deus. I got the Rutus Alter 71. And RIP, I have the Tesoro Cibola. And that is sitting downstairs. I'm going to be going out with the Thesaurus Ebola again because I really do want to use it and kind of remind myself exactly why the Tesoro machines are really good. But make sure you check out rudus.com.pl. Check out the Alter 71. Beautiful machine, completely programmable to the way you are. Imagine being able to program a VDI number, a single VDI number, to a certain tone. If you're only searching for a certain item, you can actually program a single tone to that. Everybody say hi to Eddie Cat. Anyway, yeah, you can do that with the Alter 71. You can program each good signal to a different tone. You can set this thing up the way you like it. So make sure you check them out at Rutus, rutus.com.pl, and check it out. But right now, we have an exclusive on Global Detection Adventures, something that has not been talked about in this last week that everybody seems to have noticed. I'd like to go ahead and welcome onto the show. We have Luke Higgins from the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine coming into the show right now. I want to welcome him onto the show. And Luke, can you hear me?
Hey, Lance, loud and clear, mate.
Okay, good. Yeah. So anyway, Luke, you're back home from work now, I take it?
Yeah. It's been another long one. Always is this time of year. About 14 hours, I think, today. Same tomorrow.
Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, you got the boxing holidays and Christmas coming up, so you're working retail normally, right?
Absolutely. Oh, I do. Yeah. Retail store manager for my sins, so not a lot of time for detecting at this time of year, I'm afraid. YouTube videos is about as close as I get in December.
Yeah, well, January is about the time that I'm going to be getting out as well. I think you and I have our big time after the year. Except this year I'm not. I got some more news coming up later, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I hope you can get out there right after Christmas, and this might be a good one for Laura to listen to today too.
I went out. I think it was about 3 days ago for about 2.5 hours. First time I've been out in about a month, and actually found myself my first ever fob seal, Georgian fob seal.
Oh wow!
With Henry written on it. Yeah, I'll put some pictures up on your group. But literally the first fob seal I've ever found. I was really happy with it. It's pretty much immaculate as well.
Oh, that's fantastic! Welcome to the club. I love those things.
Yeah, I saw you'd found a few. It's one of those things been on my bucket list for a long time, but it's bizarre because it's not like a crest on it. It just says Henry.
Hopefully, it's not King Henry.
Yeah, literally just this. Well, hopefully it is. But no, a friend of mine said it was probably made for a child. A wealthy family. I don't know whether that's right or not, but he said at the time it was quite often kind of present, when children were born.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool find. I love finding them. I hope I find some more in the next year or two. I don't know. Maybe it's just selfish of me just wanting to dig them up all out of the ground just for myself. But I think it's really cool because every single one it's extremely personal to each person.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Especially if this one, I assume, the name would relate to, whomever's, seal it was.
Yeah.
So, it's incredible, really, that Henry somewhere hundreds of years ago dropped this in a field, and I've picked it up. Amazing. I haven't used it yet, but it is good enough to use, so I will do.
That's really cool. Now we got some a bit of news. Now, I was kind of hinting at this. Now, this is kind of an exclusive to us because some big news happened this week that I'm sure a lot of people know about. A lot of people that listen to this podcast probably actually knows about it. But I'm going to go ahead and let you kind of explain everything we don't have to go into the biggest detail, but kind of let everybody know what's going on, if you would.
Yeah, okay, Lance. Yeah, that'd be cool. So, obviously, there's some detail you're aware of, Lance. There's certain things we can't at this stage really discuss. But we had to remove the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine website, so our .com website. was taken offline, which was inconvenient to say the least. But what it has done is it's now forced us to kind of move forward with some plans that we really weren't going to put into place until sort of February, March of next year.
Mm-hmm.
And again, some of those I'm not at liberty to discuss because it involves some other groups and some other associations within metal detecting. But I can give you one exclusive, Lance, if you want one.
Yeah, please.
So we have almost ready to go. We're just ironing out the glitches, but we have almost ready to go. Archmdmag.tv.com.
Wow.
Which essentially looks very, very much like Netflix in its layout. So we've bought the rights for some historical TV documentary programs. So we've hundreds of programs. We have the right to put on Archmdmagtv.com, and of course we'll also be to help share podcasts such as the GDA podcast. Wow. And our YouTubers, our partner YouTubers. The good thing is with the YouTubers is the way it's set up. Every time somebody watches our YouTube video on Archmdmagtv.com, that YouTuber still gets the hit. So that's actually taken a surprising amount of work, but we are nearly ready to go with that. We're hoping to have it up and running certainly before Christmas.
That is extremely cool.
It will focus on metal detecting and archaeology. So we'll have Archaea Duck, Dr. Chloe Duckworth. Some of her videos will be on there, and hopefully some exclusives from her as well. So, really, really looking forward to that.
That is fantastic.
As I say, it's kind of, we pushed ahead with things earlier than we had planned, because if you're put in a situation where you have to rebuild anyway, there's no point in doing a rebuild back to as we had it previously to then change it and rebuild it again in a few months.
Yeah.
So we kind of thought, let's just bite the bullet, get it done, and push these changes through more quickly. So at the moment, we have the Facebook page up and running. Archmdmag.com you can click on, but it is just a picture of our logo. There's no live links on that at the moment publicly available, but we are working away on it behind the scenes. And we're hoping to work much more closely with kind of selected groups and selected individuals within the hobby. But those, again, I don't want to say too much regarding that because we're in the process of talking to, as you know, Lance, of talking to these individuals and these groups kind of on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's it's all exciting, and we can also announce as well that we will be, as soon as we relaunch, we will be working quite closely with the NCMD, which for your American listeners, the NCMD is the National Council for Metal Detecting. So they're a bit like a governing body, if you would, here in the UK.
The legal branch for metal detecting in England.
Absolutely, yeah. So they liaise between detectorists and the Portable Antiquities Scheme, which is the scheme we use to record finds of historical interest. Yeah. So we're going to be helping the NCMD with regards to any important news they need to get out to their members, any membership updates, and also having a contribution to the NCMD Digging Deep magazine, which is something that anyone that is subscribed to the NCMD in the UK 3 times a year, you get the NCMD Digging Deep magazine posted through your door.
Yeah, that's really good news.
So it's all going to be very good. So we're not running the magazine, but we're going to be contributing, to what goes in that magazine and kind of see how that relationship blossoms as we continue with it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. That
news,
television station sounds fantastic. I'm going to be able to, I mean, is there going to be like, are you guys working on an app that can be like downloaded for the Apple TV and watched over the television? Or is this going to be an online kind of...
apps can be expensive, but there are cheaper ways of doing it. So, you know, we are, again, looking into that at the moment. And we would like to be able to launch with some form of app when we launch, because we really want to keep these things offline until they're ready. We don't want a soft launch. Because we've been forced to go into a hiatus. We're quite keen that when we do launch, it's the finished product, or 95% finished. We're hoping before Christmas. Worst case scenario, certainly within the first week of January. I think the thing is, both myself and Dave, we're both family men. We both have day jobs, and I guess we've got to be realistic about what other things pull on our time. As we all have.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I heard you talking about the Rootus a little bit earlier, Lance.
Oh yeah.
Are you aware of version? Are you aware of version 2.0?
No.
No. Okay. So another bit of an exclusive for you as well. So I'm sure I can probably get you a chip sent over, Lance, as well, if you're prepared to take the control box apart and put the new chip in.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's basically the Rootus 2.0 coming out. Which is Eric, the designer, Eric Rutner. He's taken feedback from the users of the Rootus metal detector, and in all honesty, when they first said to me, "We're making changes to the Rootus," I sort of thought, well, what are you going to change? Because for me, there's not a great deal I would change. With that machine, in all honesty.
But I'm the same way.
He has come up, absolutely, yeah. But he has come up with some really impressive improvements, actually, for version 2.0. So you will have an iron volume, which we don't currently have.
No.
So obviously, if you want to still hear your iron but quieten it, you will be able to do that.
Cool.
In version 2.0. And then you will also have 4 user programs. So a little like you have with the Deus, where you can actually make and keep your own program. So you'll have 4 user programs that you can program yourself, which will be really handy, because for me, I do the beach, not regularly, but from time to time. And actually, it's a bit of a pain having to remember those settings, remember what worked last time I was on wet sand. But with version 2.0, I'll actually be able to make and keep my beach settings.
Okay, that's really
neat. Absolutely. And the other big difference is your VDI ID range will either be able to display from 1 to 120, as it currently does, or it will be able to display from -90 to +90. Giving an even bigger separation numerically of the different metals in the ground.
It's 180, and then you can use 0 as a mid-range, and then you can actually adjust it from that point. So any of your mid-range metals you can put into the 0 range, iron down into the negatives, and then silver, golds up into the highs.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think the VDI, that probably would have been the one thing with the Rootus I would genuinely say, how can you improve that? Because of the extra 21 digits you have anyway, I already find the VDI is, spookily accurate on that, because you have that extra range.
Yeah.
To split the targets across. But obviously I've not used it as yet, but obviously theoretically that is going to make that VDI incredibly even more accurate than it is now.
Well, Bob Hope has a question. Maybe you can answer this for him. He wants to know if it's going to be a plug-in chip, or is it going to be needing soldering?
To be honest, I'm going to go and see it in one of the the supplier Detecnics here in the UK.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
it involves taking the control box off and putting a chip in. The way it was described to me is taking the control box off can be a little bit awkward, but it certainly doesn't involve soldering. So the control box comes off and you just take the current chip out, pop the new chip in, turn it on, and you're ready to go.
So it's basically a plug and play chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
All right.
Other small little changes, your sensitivity indicator will be on the operation screen.
Really?
Which to be honest is quite handy because, believe it or not, have you ever seen my girls on Facebook playing with my metal detector? They love waving coins about in front of the coil. My buddy Niall, I think you know Niall,
yeah.
You Niall Bailey.
Yeah, I do.
I went out on a field with Niall in the summer, and he was pulling out coin after coin after coin, including hammer coins. We both have Rutuses on this field, and I got nothing. I mean, all day I was thinking, what is going on? Anyway, the next time I went hunting, I checked my machine, and my sensitivity. One of my daughters had turned my sensitivity down to 10. So I'd spent best part of 5.5 hours out on a field hunting with a sensitivity of 10. So I probably had about a centimetre of depth on that machine all day.
That sounds horrible.
So, so I, for one, am very, very glad that there's going to be a sensitivity meter on the control screen.
Yeah, I know. During the fall months, I keep the detector in my car just in case I get a chance to hit someplace. But yeah, I could bet bouncing around it might have turned it on and bumped it around a little bit. So I doubt it, but I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. And the one other change, sure, I don't want to turn it into a Rutus show, but you'll also get information about proper ground balance. So one of the problems with the Rutus, like a lot of metal detectors, is you go out onto your field, you ground balance, but you do it over metal.
Mm.
The new Rutus now will refuse the ground balance if it believes you've ground balanced over metal.
Good.
So it will ask you to do it again, which means you will be forced to go and find a clean patch of ground to complete your ground balance on.
I know that one of the things. One of the things that I was listening to with a friend of mine, he was watching me. He was like, "Why do you ground balance twice?" I was like, "Well, I ground balance the first time because once I turn the machine on, it automatically goes into the ground balance screen, and then once I'm done with that, I scan the ground to make sure that there's nothing in it, and then I do another ground balance just to make sure that I'm balancing over the soil with nothing underneath."
Absolutely, yeah, and that's definitely definitely the way to do it. But I think a lot of people don't do that. So, Rutus are removing that margin of error by forcing you to re-ground balance. So I think there's some really good changes. I mean, to be honest, for me, it's the iron volume myself doesn't really bother me. But the VDI, I think that is I wouldn't have imagined the way that they could make that VDI any better. So if they have, that's going to be pretty awesome. If the changes that they've made do improve on the VDI as it currently is.
Yeah, that's great. Let me. I'm writing to Patrick real quick, but that's one of the things. I don't know exactly. I didn't think that they would be able to, make a better working detector with the Alter 71, and I totally love this machine. The few times that I've been out there, once I realized that I can assign a tone to a certain VDI number, I was hooked. I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do. I can tell exactly, okay, the silver is within this range. I want the highest pitch for that one, and then I want gold to be the next one because I never find gold out here anyway. And then I can adjust it from that point. It is absolutely a lifesaver. I know every single thing before I get it out of the ground. I compare this a lot to the Deus because these two are a very similar machine. They are completely customizable to the way that you metal detect. But the Alter 71 is a much more personal machine, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've not had a huge amount of, of experience with the Deus, in all honesty. But it is, people quite often compare them. I mean, I think the one thing the Deus does have, Lance, if we've been honest, obviously is weight.
Yeah.
It definitely has the weight advantage. But for me, I actually spend an awful lot of time detecting on stubble. So I actually want some weight in my machine because it helps me smash through that stubble.
Yeah, exactly. I get that a lot here too, because I think you do a lot of recent plow detecting like I do, where we got to get out there where the hay or the corn was and just start tearing through that stubble that's out there. And you're right.
Absolutely,
that weight does make a difference when it deals with that, because you can knock over those the corn stubble and get a good swing off of it, which is something that the Deus just can't do. It's a little bit too light. You'd have to actually sit there and
because you're having to push it through, aren't you? You're using your energy and your
personal
strength
energy,
to push it through. Whereas you've got a little bit more weight, you just hold it up, swing it, and the machine does. Does the work for you. But I mean, I really do think with the Rutus, it's an unusual detector because it's a metal detector designed by a detectorist, and I think that's really evident. When you look at that machine, this is not somebody kind of sitting in the design room that has never metal detected in their life. The guy Eric is first and foremost is a detectorist, and I think that just shows through. In the machine, in all honesty. I mean, there are machines out there that look fancier. There are machines out there with telescopic shafts and, probably more, fancier looking, control boxes than the Rutus. But actually, I like it. It's not a simple machine at all, but the way that menu is broken down makes it simple.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to understand. Yeah, I thought it was a lot easier to understand than the first time I actually pulled the Deus out. It was easier for me to get into it. Now, I don't know if that's because I had spent so much time with the Deus or it was just user-friendly interface, basically.
It's probably a bit of both, Lance, in all honesty, isn't it? I mean, I think if you've mastered... I mean, the Deus is they're bloody good machines.
They are.
I think if you've mastered a Deus, you're going to pick up most machines. You're going to be able to use them. But I think if you were new to the hobby or coming from, say, the Ace range, the leap from an Ace to a Deus, learning-wise, would be greater than the leap from an Ace to a Rutus.
Yeah.
Although I believe the Deus and the Rutus are equally capable machines.
They very much are.
The Rutus is definitely easier to pick up.
Yeah, I do highly recommend, if people are looking for an upper range metal detector, take a look at the Rutus Alter 71. It is a mid-range price for an upper range detector. It is a really good machine. Definitely take a look at it. I use one. Luke uses one. A friend of mine uses one. Detector Ryan, part of my local metal detecting team, he's using one as well. Definitely look into it. If you're looking for a new machine, I highly recommend this one.
Yeah. Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine news as well, Lance. You seen who our cover star is for our copy that goes to print next week?
Yes, I did, but go ahead and say
Issue 2. Good friend of yours. So we've got Girls Rock Metal Detecting's Siren Kimmy. She's gracing our front cover of our second ever paper copy of the magazine.
I'm so excited
GDA
for her.
podcast advert in there as well, Lance.
Oh wow! Thank you.
We got your ugly mug in there again.
I can't believe people keep coming back and watching me on video.
But I'll get obviously a few copies sent out for yourself, and I'll send a batch out to Kimmy, because I'm sure she potentially will want to share some around the Girls Rock metal detecting community as well. So that even irrespective of contributing to the NCMD magazine, we're still going to push ahead with probably 4 copies a year, I think. Of our own magazine.
Oh, that's going to be
essentially
nice.
The way, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to send it out to people like yourself, people that have been kind of, partners of Archmag for a long time. But we've also got agreements in place with some of the guys that run the really big metal detecting rallies in the UK. And I mean, our rallies in the UK can be anything from 200 to 1,500 people. At these metal detecting events. So we're going to go for off season. The copy we've got coming out at the moment, I think I can't remember whether we decided on 1,500 or 2,000 copies. But in season, we'll be pushing back up as we did around Detectable for 5,000 copy print runs. And what we do is get that sent straight from the printers to the homes of the people that run these big rallies.
Yeah.
And then when people turn up, for the day to go on the rally, they just get a free copy of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine to take home and read.
Yeah, and they're going to be collectors. They're limited editions.
Yours will be, Lance. Lance, I am. I'd love to come on again, but obviously I've got the twins, and it's just coming on 7 o'clock here, so yeah. I am going to have to say goodbye. I'm afraid, to get these girls to bed.
All right.
Well, not just me. Obviously Laura does most of the work, just in case she's listening, because she might be.
She might be. I got.
She may be.
I got about 40 people listening right now, so.
All right, Lance. Well, brilliant. And Lance, I'll give you a shout either tomorrow or Tuesday, just so we can pick up with some of the other stuff we've touched on in a little bit more detail.
Oh yeah, definitely will. And give Laura and the twins my best. All my love to them.
Will do. Cool. Right. Thank you, Lance. Yep. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks.
Mate.
Thanks for coming on.
Happy hunting.
Yep. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Luke Higgins from Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine. As you heard it, Metal Detecting and Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine, the website is currently on hiatus. The podcast that Dave Sadler is running is still going strong. Make sure you head on over to Spreaker and check it out. Pardon me. That's what happens when you drink soda when you're doing the show. Head on over to Spreaker and check it out right there. You can find them on Spreaker by going to Spreaker. That's SPREAKER.com and typing in Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine Weekly. It's that easy. Spreaker, SPREAKER.com. And in the search bar, just type in Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine Weekly. You should be able to find them on iTunes as well. If they are not, I will definitely hook them up and get them on iTunes as well. Make sure you check them out. Really good show. Dave Sadler is a really good host, and he's got each week 3 of the top news of archaeology and metal detecting that he's sharing with you guys. So definitely head on over and do that. And then also the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Television coming out, kind of like our very own Metal Detecting and Archaeology Netflix, with only Netflix type menus of all the metal detecting YouTube videos, podcasts such as this one, and other archaeology television shows as well. So that's going to be really, really fun to see come out. And I'm hoping that it's going to be really good, because this sounds like something really fun. I'd really love to see them get Time Team on that one, but I know that's going to cost a lot of money to get them on there. So, but anyway, the holidays are coming up, everybody. And like I said, we're going to kind of go over some of the accessories that you guys, the metal detectors in the hobby, are looking forward to getting this year. I'd like to know exactly what you guys are looking forward to. Now, as far as me, I'm looking for a new digging accessory. My Black Ada, God rest its soul, died this summer in what it could only be described as the most ruthless dirt clod I have ever seen in my life. It actually bent the head of my shovel to the point that I can't use it anymore. So I am going to try and get me another one of those. I've been kind of, talking to the wife and putting in a couple, words in left and right, trying to see if she understands it. But if you've never heard of the Black Ada shovels, that's Black ADA, make sure you check them out. I know they're on Amazon. They're available on eBay. The Black Ada shovels are absolutely fantastic. It's made by a family in the UK. I've talked with them. They've been on this show, and every single one of them is a metal detector. Not one of them does not enjoy the hobby. And they just got tired of the subpar digging accessories that were out there and decided to make one themselves. And they've created a line of products that are absolutely fantastic. I love these things because they have heft to them. I use the Extended Invader. I am 6'4" tall. I am a big boy, and I just can't with my knees. I can't stand and bend down and stand and bend down. So I am able with the Extended Invader to dig my hole while standing and re-swing the hole and then keep going until I see that it is out, and then I can actually use my pinpointer and a hand shovel to actually get it out of the ground. So those are one of the things. I also want to get, I know this sounds so weird, someone like me being in the hobby so long, I do not have a Garrett carrot. I need to see about getting me a Garrett carrot. That's one of the ones that I want to get this year. Another thing that I've kind of hinted to the wife. That's one of the things that I'm really hoping that Santa is going to throw underneath the tree for me. Not this tree, but I'm hoping he'll throw it underneath one of the trees downstairs. As far as anything else, I'm really happy. I have my MFH hip pouch. If you have not checked those out, check it out on Amazon and on eBay, the MFH hip pouch. It is absolutely fantastic. They're perfect for the hobby. I have been talking about these things for 3 years now. You need to get one of these. Bigger boys might need to get their own belts on it. I'm on the point where I might have to get my own personal belt. The Wiener Schnitzel over here in Germany and all the French fries and the bratwurst and the beer. Ooh, it's definitely taking its toll on the belly. And those belts just aren't big enough. But you can actually remove the pouch and put it on your very own pouch, on your own belt, and use it that way as well. It can hold a pinpointer, it can hold spare batteries, it can hold a shovel, a trowel in it as well. It is a great thing. Not to mention I have a small zipper pouch for my coins on the very top, so I can unzip it, throw a coin I find into it, and then zip it back up. Really good. So I'd like to know what you guys, make sure you head on over to the GDA site. 42 is online. Matt Howell, thank you so much, you guys. You guys rock. Thank you so much. If you don't know who Matt Howell or 42 is, make sure you head on over to the Global Detection Adventures Facebook group. They are the two admin that actually run the entire Facebook group. These are two fantastic metal detectors. I thank God that they are around. It takes a little bit of the weight off me, so I can actually burn my voice out talking to you guys. But that's it for me today, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming in. This has been a really good show. We had Luke Higgins coming on talking about the future of Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine in an exclusive only for us and you guys who are listening and downloading this podcast really good news coming out, even though it's sad that they had to shut the place down. Archaeology and metal detecting television sounds like it's going to be the way to go. I'm hoping that it's going to have an app available for the Apple TV, guys. That way I can download it right onto my Apple TV and sit on my couch and watch it on my big 65-inch television. No, I don't have a TV that big. Come on, you think I make that much money? But yeah, I could actually just watch it on my TV downstairs. I don't have to have a computer hooked up. That would be the ideal thing for me. Ed, I'm sorry, man. You did miss it. Thank you so much for coming in. You are a true fan. Thank you so much. You will be able to get this tomorrow. We had some audio issues going on, so I had to kind of break up the live podcast. The podcast will be available on Apple Podcasts tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern Time in the United States. It will also be available on Spreaker for download as well, plus any place else that you get your podcasts, and YouTube as well. So make sure you head on over there and get them as soon make sure you get it as soon as it's available. Well, Ed, I'm sorry, man. Maybe we should get you on the show one week. We'll get you onto the show. How about that one? All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming in. I want to thank the producer Robert Hope for all the work he does on the show and all the help that he's given me. And to 42 Matt Howell, thank you guys for helping run the GDA Facebook group. You guys really do make my life a lot easier. You have no idea what the tumultuous time that I have renovating this place. And to every single one of you out there, we're going to see you out on the fields, you coin lickers. Make sure if you see this King Coin Licker out in the field, you say hi to me, and we'll see you guys real soon. Until then, from me to each one of you guys, let's dig it up.
Is it possible that you're on the market for a brand new metal detector? Or you got a metal detector, but you want to look for something that's better or has more compatibility with the way that you metal detect? Well, let me tell you about the Rutus Alter 71. Check it out at rutus.com.pl. The Rutus Alter 71 has 71 frequencies to choose from. Yes, I actually just said that. 71 frequencies. It also has the ability, let's say that you're out metal detecting, you want to make sure that certain objects create a certain sound. You can assign certain VDI numbers a certain sound. That is amazing. A fully customizable metal detector that is a mid-range device. We're not talking a upper price level machine. We're talking a mid-level machine.
Wait. I got more breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. The Global Detection Adventure group just increased by one more member 3 days ago. I did not know this. I want to congratulate Matt Howell, our admin, on his 3-day own baby girl. This is fantastic news. Holy cow, I did not know this. This is breaking news. I know you guys are really upset that I broke into that commercial right there to bring this on, but I have got to congratulate my brother Matt Howell on the brand new baby girl. Congratulations to the new father and the mother. I just cannot express enough. Welcome to the world to the brand new baby girl. Hopefully he'll share with us real soon her name. And, Lance is a good name. Maybe not for a girl, but, Lance is a good name. But anyway, all right, everybody. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Let's get out there, coin lickers. We'll see you on the field. Until next time, let's dig it up, y'all.